The Ginger Father here, back at it again with another video. A little bit different. This is going to be about the Year 3 patch notes. First off, I want to take attention to the ranked PC Platinum Diamond, the pick rate, and what they're kind of trying to do with that and what the direction they're going to take with that. If you look at the far right, is Ash. She's picked a lot, but she's not necessarily winning a lot. About like 0.5%, so it's a fair amount, but it's not too much where they're concerned about it, because basically when she's picked, it's for rushes. And so if we take a look at the top left, which is they don't get picked a whole lot, only like 10-20% with Blackbeard and Glass, but they're winning a lot. That means the people who are playing with them are really good with those operators. Blackbeard, they're not trying to do a whole lot. They don't know where the direction, what they're going to do, because they already nerfed this shield. They might try to do something with the gun, but they're not sure. But if we go take a look at Glass, he's the one who's it's going to hit more than anything, because he right now is played more aggressive than they want him to. So they're going to try to do something with the smoke and try to get him to not be as much as a rusher, or like trying to push, because they specifically made him for sniping and staying back across the map, kind of how he's meant to play at the back from just kind of supporting the team. That's kind of what they want to do with him. But other than that, not really doing much with attackers. You can see Sledge is kind of hanging there in the middle. That's where they kind of want everybody to be. That's why they're kind of drawing everybody in. They want them to be fair and kind of like picked decent amount and win decent amount. They want everything even. But if we go switch and take a look at the defensive side, one thing that really stands out is if you can see in the way bottom left, you see Clash, which is weird, because personally I feel like she's pretty OP, if you ask me, which she is for sure. So they're definitely reworking her for this patch. What they're gonna do is her stamina for her electric, she can't use that, like she uses it up quicker, and then her reload time for it is gonna be like longer too. And what they're also gonna do is, say if she uses it, that slows an enemy, they recover faster, which is totally good and what they should be doing, which is a little weird though, because what they want is to go off the pick rates, which you can see on the picture, but they feel like she's still a little bit too OP, so they're not just looking at just the PC Platinum Diamonds player, which is good. It kind of helps everybody out. But one thing that kind of stands out, which is a little weird, is you can see in the way top left, Rook. Not getting picked a lot, but damn, he's winning a lot of games in general, which I thought that was crazy. But you can also see in the bottom left, there's Tachanka and Clash. I'm kind of surprised they're not doing anything with them. They talked about Tachanka for a while now, how they're just going to do a complete rework. I don't know if that's ever going to happen, not for a couple years, if they do, but I feel like they definitely should try something with that. And you can definitely see in the bottom left, you can see Smoke and Mira. The reason why they're so down low right now is, especially for Smoke, is because their SMG's like nerf. What they're trying to do with the SMG, how they changed it with the recoil, it's like insane. Like no one can really play SMGs now, so they kind of eliminate SMGs from the game, which that wasn't their intent. It was too OP, so they're definitely fixing that, which is great. And I'm super pumped, so I can finally use the SMG, which I have black eyes for. Super excited. But what they're also gonna do is they feel like Mira has a little bit too much recoil, but not a lot with her vector. So they're just kind of try to tune that down just a little bit, not a lot, but enough where it should help out the Mira players. I know I play her situational, but it definitely feels like that's kind of the direction that they needed to take, which is great. The last operator where they're going to be working, which they're going to be, I guess you can call it nerf, but it won't affect anything too much, is Maestro. Like Maestro, he's not that OP. It's not the cameras, it's his LMG. Because if you noticed, his hip fire is insane. It's almost godly. It's super weird. But what they actually did was, the longer you hold down the trigger, only hip firing, not ADSing. The longer you hold down the trigger, the smaller the box goes. So instead of going up over a period of time, it kind of like steadies out. It gets better, but that's like probably like 40, 50 rounds in, and that time they should hopefully be dead by that time. So it's, like I said, it's not a big change. So it's kind of like they're trying to fix it because the Siege community was kind of weirded out about it. Like, it doesn't really make sense, especially if they're trying to make this more realistic than anything, which is also great. And I'm excited for that too, because honestly, I definitely got spawn peaked before with hipfire Maestro, and it's honestly embarrassing. But yeah, I'm pumped for that. That is it for all the changes and updates that are coming to Siege that I know of right now. But I do kind of want to give my opinion a little bit on new character ideas. Well, first of all, they need something that they're probably still working on to block out Maverick, because obviously there's no good counter for him. I did learn though, if you put on reinforcement like the other way around, it is easier to see his Maverick holes, which help a little bit, but they definitely need something to kind of block him out, or change it where like Bandit, he can't be a counter for Maverick, but maybe Mute should jam his gun or at least something. But that's kind of the direction they need to take for that. But a good another defender, if they want to add 2 defending, is, I always thought this would be a great idea to add something that is kind of like a Bana, but like a Bana's sister or something, that could actually reinforce hatches from above, which would be super handy, because especially for let's say theme park, you go upstairs in whatever that room's called, and there's that hatch that a lot of people drop from. That'd be wonderful to reinforce that, which you cannot, and it'll just make it more fun to the game, I feel like. Or if you want something else, I know a lot of time, especially when you're solo queuing, you don't get teammates that reinforce where you want them to do, where they want them to. Add a character who can add in like 3 or maybe even 4 reinforcements, which will also help out a lot, especially with open area, because there's a lot of places where a lot of walls that you need but you just can't get to. But that's all for the video. Thanks for watching. And I do go live usually every morning around 7 a.m. so stay tuned. Entered. Hold up, I'm gonna take this out. Yes, sir. You got a claymore? Yo, Senior, no, hold on. Let me put a clay. Oh, go for it, go for it, go for it.
There we go. That's what he deserves.